glory for the great things he has done. As I was wrestling with my message this morning, the words just keep rolling over in my mind. My hope is built on nothing else than Jesus' blood and righteousness. I dare not trust the sweetest frame, but wholly lean on Jesus' name. On Christ, the solid rock I stand. All other ground is sinking sand. I say to you this morning, on Christ, the solid rock that you are standing on, all other ground is sinking sand. I didn't know why that song keep coming over and over in my mind, but as I sit here this morning and I look, I know that we have to know all other ground this morning is sinking sand. Let's stand on Christ. Let's stand on that rock. He said to Peter, upon this rock, I will build my church. Upon the word of God, he will build his church. And the gates of hell will not prevail. So when the devil comes at you, you give him the rock, the word of God. Because that's the only thing we can defend the devil. It's God's word. Not my word, not your word, but God's word. Once again, I just want to thank you, Rev Lancaster, for inviting me into your pulpit this morning to bring the word of God. It's a pleasure to be here and to serve. Jesus. Oh, Lord, he has a way of doing something that will turn us upside down. Lord Jesus, have mercy on us. The scripture came from Luke chapter 1, verses 1 through 22. And I was trying just to pick out the shorter version of that, but the Spirit said, let it be read. So I thought that it was very timely for this that we are facing. In this day and age, we all are going through something. I may not be going through what you are going through, but we all are going through something. And sometimes we feel as though God has forgotten us. But I stand here to let you know that God will never forget his children. I take a subject this morning that it's your inheritance. It's your inheritance. The devil will try to take it from us, but you know what? We're not giving up that easy. We're not giving up that easy. We are soldiers on the battlefield, and if we are on the battlefield, we got to prepare to fight. We got to hold to that blood-stained banner. We got to hold it up until we die. And even when we die in this world, we know we live somewhere else because we are children of God and he gave us eternal life. So we don't have to be afraid of what's going on in this world. And Naomi said to her two daughters-in-law, go, return each to her mother's house. The Lord deal kindly with you as you have dealt with the dead and with me. Today is Mother's Day. We are celebrating mothers, and I chose Naomi because most of us know where Naomi is coming from. Naomi's situation is like an everyday situation to some of us right here, right now. The book of Ruth tells a tale of love and respect between two women from vastly different worlds. Gentle and loving Ruth, a Moabite, she cared deeply for her mother-in-law, Naomi. Ruth willingly left her comfort zone and the only world she had ever known to travel with Naomi to foreign Bethlehem. The story of Ruth shines as a bright spot during the dark ages in Israel's history. You see, the country of Moab is located east of the Dead Sea. see. The Moabites descend from Lot as a result of incest. As a result of his incest relations with his older daughter. And if you're making notes, you can read more about that in Genesis 19 from verses 30 to 37. Those of you who knows the story of Lot, after he was saved by the two angels where he escaped, he, his wife, and his two daughters were told to leave Sodom and Gomorrah because the Lord was about to destroy that city. In leaving, they were told not to look back. But his wife, she could not resist, so she looked back. And the scripture says that she turned into a pillar of salt. Lot and his two daughters continued on their journey. But Lot did not have a son. He didn't have a son to carry on his name. So the two daughters decided to take turns and have incest with their father. And they both give birth to two sons. So the Moabites people were from Lot's descendants. You see, the sons that the daughters had with their father, they were the Moabites. Today we celebrate mothers. We have good mothers, and we have some mothers that are not so good. But they are all mothers the same. I had a very good mother, but she is resting now with the Lord. She was good to myself and 11 siblings. And I'm saying to you today, in those days, all those kids, one person working, Lord have mercy on us. You see, God has answered my prayers as a young lady. While in high school, most of my friends lost their mother, and their lives were not the same. And I asked the Lord not to take my parents until I am married and have my own family. And I can stand before you today and say that God answered my prayers. God answered my prayers. You see, in order to be a mother, there must be a father. So as we celebrate Mother's Day, let's forget about the men. Yes, they will have their day, but let's just include them a little with this. The man is supposed to be the head of the home. The woman came as a helper to the man. The man gives the woman a house. The woman gives the man a family and a home. The man gives the woman his money, and she gives him dinner. The man gives the woman love, and she gives him respect. One pastor says that mothers are incubators. You never get what you put in. You always get back better, and it's always multiplied. Women were born to be helper to her man. And as often times, when the man don't give the woman an assignment, women tend to get into trouble. Women were created to become mothers. That is why we have children. Mothers can have the child on her hip while she is cooking or cleaning and doing different stuff, because women were made like that. We were made to help. And if we are not helping, we are getting into trouble. And yes, you don't have to give birth to a child, in order to be a mother. Because we know some of the best mothers are the ones who care for their children. We have some fathers too, who takes on the role of a mother. And they do a good job. So we thank God for the fathers and the mothers. But in our scripture today, we've learned that there was a famine in Israel. And a certain man named Amalek, Naomi's husband, took his family out of the famine to the country called Moab. Soon after, her husband died and left her with two sons. And Naomi became a single mother. And I am sure that many can relate to this. Not because the man have died, but just because the man has left. Some men just left. They don't want to take responsibility. So Naomi lived with her sons, and the scripture said that they got married, and the sons lived for another 10 years. They never had any children, and then both of them died. Now, the name of Naomi's son were Mahalan and Chilion, and the meaning of their names meant sickly and failing. In early days, people would give their children names that had a meaning. It depends on what was happening at that time that they would give their children these names. But today, people just give their children names because it sounds good. And when the children start to act up and behave as though they don't have no sense, they want to know what is going on. But if they took the time to study and to know what the name of what they're giving their child meant, then they would have known that they are setting up this child for a disaster. We have so many kind of names, and we are seeing children behaving in a way that we have never seen them behave before. And we want to know why. We need to take the time to find out the meaning of the children's name before we give it to them. Because they will only act to the name that they're given. You see, after the death of her two sons, Naomi was left with her two daughters-in-law. Now, this woman lost her husband and she lost her son. She had her two daughters-in-law. And I'm sure that some can relate to Naomi's story. She left full, and here she was about to return to her country empty. No husband, no children, no grandchildren. She was bitter. She was sad. So she said to her daughters-in-law, you know what? Go back to your mother's house. But I can tell you, there are times when we tend to believe that God has forgotten all about us. But He is working things out for our good. Naomi believed that her life was over. She had nothing more to live for. But she did not know that it was just about to begin. Sometimes God has to knock us down, or He has to knock us out so that we can start, so that He can start rebuilding something inside of us. And we don't know how strong we are until we surrender and throw our hands up and say, Lord, have it your way. It's only when we surrender to God that God can do what He has created you to do. Because many times we want to go this way when God is saying, no, you should be going this way. And it's in this way where we find ourselves caught up in a lot of situations and we don't know what to do. And then when we walk and we reach the wall and it knocks us down, then we realize that we are going the wrong way. We are going in the wrong direction. So Naomi decided to go back. It's not always a bad thing to go back. In this case, it was a good thing for Naomi to go back so that she could start again. Sometimes God has to do what He has to do to get our attention. Not until we surrender that God can do what He has to do. You see, Naomi decided to leave Moab and to return to Bethlehem. She did not even know that she was about to come into her inheritance. And she did not even realize that it was God who was taking her back to her own country. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. Naomi's dawn was about to break. So she told the women to leave. Go back to where you came out from. Go back to your mother. One of them took her up on her task, and she said, okay, I'll return. But one of them said, I ain't going nowhere. Wherever you go, I will go. Wherever you sleep, I will sleep. Your God will be my God, and your people will be my people. I just want to tell you today, someone's morning is about to come. God is about to add joy to your sorrow. He is about to give you double for your trouble. You think it was all over? But God said, I come to let you know that it is not over until I say it is over. I will encourage you this morning, whatever you are going through, whatever is keeping you down, I am encouraging you this morning to get up. Get up. Now is the time to reclaim what the devil has stolen from you. He tried to steal your health. Get up and turn around, because God has something in store for you. You see, the bitterness of Naomi is not the whole story. Ruth's loyalty, Ruth's love for her mother-in-law holds the promise of something more. And thus the final verse of this chapter tells it. They came to Bethlehem at the beginning of the barley's harvest. You see, she thought she had lost it all where she was. But as she came into Bethlehem, it was the beginning of the harvest. You see, she thought she was empty. But when God takes you back to where you belong, He is going to make sure that there is a harvest waiting for you. Naomi was empty on the inside, but Ruth is faithful and full. I want to tell you that the promise of a brighter harvest was not with Naomi. God only used her to bring the promise to Bethlehem. Ruth was the promise. So you see, God can take you from one place and bring you into your inheritance. And if you don't follow the instruction, you could miss your blessing. The women came into Bethlehem at the beginning of the barley harvest. Their lives were about to change. Naomi was so angry that she could not see anything. She couldn't see anything good. All she knew was that I left with my husband and my sons, and I'm coming back here, and I don't have nothing but this woman, my daughter-in-law. You know, she did not really see anything good in her daughter-in-law, but her daughter-in-law saw something good in her. Many times we do things and we don't know why we are doing things. But I want to let you know this morning that God sees what He has placed inside of you. Sometimes we don't know what is inside of us, and we only will find out what is inside of us when God knocks us down and nobody is there to help us, and we don't know where to turn. That's the only way that we are going to know what we are really built with. If we don't have some fire, we will never get up. We will just sit where we are because it's a comfort zone. God has to set a fire on us sometimes in order for us to get where we have to go. Naomi was angry. When the people saw her coming back, they were happy to see her. But she wasn't happy to see them. They said, "Is this Naomi?" And she said, "Don't call me Naomi. Call me Mara." And the meaning of Mara means bitter. She wanted to know that I am bitter. I am mad at God because of what He has done to me. But I want to let you know this morning, don't be discouraged. Do not get discouraged. Ruth submitted herself to the directions of Naomi because, as I said before, she saw what Naomi could not see in herself. So Ruth stepped out on faith. When she left all behind, it's not easy to give up everything that you have and just keep on going to a strange land. Naomi was going back, and Ruth was there going with her for a new beginning. You know, it's a new beginning. And sometimes we can't take old stuff into our new beginning. We got to let the past remain in the past. But in Naomi's case, she was going back because she thought that it was over for her. But Ruth was going because she knew that there was something about Naomi and where she's going that I gotta be there because I know that there's something waiting for me. So she left and she went with Naomi. Naomi was bitter. She said, don't call me no more Naomi. The Lord was about to bless Ruth for her faith in him. Ruth decided to go to the farm to glean. You see, the field that she went to belonged to Boaz, a relative of Naomi. You see how God is putting everything in order? All we got to do is to follow God's direction and we can get things to where we are to be. But when we step out from under God's direction and His anointing, then we find ourselves in trouble. Ruth was holding on to Naomi because, as the word of God said, the older people knows the way. Yes. Ruth knows the way. So Naomi was not about to go back to her family who used to be worshiping idols and stuff. She wanted to worship the true and the living God. Because she knew that if she worshiped the true and the living God, she will be able to become something in life. The farm she went to glean was the farm of one of Naomi's dead husband's relatives. Here we find that God did not speak from a burning bush. We know, nor did he decide to part a sea so that they can go where they're going. Instead, God acted through circumstances and through the faithfulness of ordinary human beings like you and I. Yeah. Ruth was praised by Boaz after he learned who she was. You see, she was given favor. Boaz told the reapers, just drop stuff when she's passing. When she, and I could say that maybe he saw her and he liked her. Because everybody else was there, but this one found favor in him. And he told them, when she's gleaning, don't pick up everything. Just drop something on the side and give it to her. Just give her, just encourage her to let her stay. Let her stay and glean on this field. Yeah. When God has something for you here, he will make providence for you here. And if God sends you here, before you get here, it will already be established here. So when you go here, you don't have to worry about there because everything that you need is right here. That's what God does. But we can't understand it. We want God to tell us, go here, you're going to see this, and then you go. No, God don't work like that. God don't work like that. And the people who God sends to take you from there to here is not who you expect him to send to get to here. Every time God sends somebody to you, it's somebody who you do not expect, and you would look at them like, come on, preacher, what's this? But God knows what he's doing. And if we trust him, we will get to where we are going. Because trust me, if God said to you, go there, I can testify and I can tell you, you will go there whether you will or not. So the best thing for us to do just like what Mary told the disciples when they ran out of wine. Just do what he tells you to do. We don't do that. We want to do what we want to do. Just do what he tells you to do. Some of you may fall on hard times. And yes, some of you may say that, to this Mother's Day, you're not my biological mother. But I can say to you, when you care for others, God will bless you. Yes, she may not give birth to you, that's right, but she loves you. That's right. Ruth did not only get to glean on the land, she found favor. Because Naomi, when she saw the amount of barley that Ruth gleaned and came in with, she knew. She knew. Nobody gleaning could come with this much. And she found out that it was on Boaz's farm that she was gleaning. So it was only then that the despair in Naomi began to disappear. And hope steps in. Naomi recognized in the turn of events that it was God's hand who was directing this journey all along. She was quick to name God as the blessing that was being used by Boaz to to bring her into her inheritance. The tide was turning for Naomi. Emptiness is being filled. Hope is being born once more. And an old widow, one who has seen more trouble than she cares to. I tell you, when you have a long experience with God, seeing his hand working, you know it's God. There are some situations that will knock you down and you know, when you get up, you hear some people say, when I look back over my life, I know it had to be God who brought me this far. And I'm sure that Naomi was saying to herself, I thought I was about to die. But here it is, this woman who came with me, she is about to, you know, the word of God says that don't walk alone. Don't walk alone. Walk in twos. Because when one is falling, the other one will be there to keep you up. Naomi thought that she was about to die. I'm going to go back home. I'm going to just sit around. I'm going to die. And this woman was with her. But you see, the woman was her experience. The woman was her inspiration. And I'm sure that some of you are going down and you don't know what is happening, where you're going, and someone is there with you. You don't know why they're there, but I can tell you, it is God who placed that person in your life. You may not like the person, but I want you to understand this morning that God put that person in your life for a reason. You might be trying to get rid of this person, but they're not going nowhere because God has placed that person to take you from one place to the next. And if we only obey the word of God, then we will understand. We will understand what God has for us. It's not about us, church. It's not about us. This morning as I sit and I look in the congregation, I've seen so much pain. But I'm here to tell you this morning that God got this. Regardless of what you're going through, God got this. God got this. Put your burdens aside. Put your burdens aside and look to the hills from where it's coming your help. Because that's where your help comes from. It does not come from you or me. It comes from God. And God will put somebody in your life to take you to your next season. How many of you know that the next season is coming up? The time has come for us to stop looking back and step into our season. It's time to reclaim our inheritance because God has said, he has promised us, I will never leave you. He has promised us, even though you walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I'll be there with you. There are times we will be going through the valley of the shadow of death and we will be looking around and we don't see God because God has gotten us on his shoulder. He is carrying us. And I'm telling you this morning, don't look back. Look back when it's necessary. Go forward because that's where your inheritance is. We got to stop doing what we're doing because we're getting the same results and we keep on doing the same thing. Let's go forward. Let's hold each other's hand and let's step into our new dimension. Let's decide that I'm going to follow Jesus regardless. I'm telling you this morning, Naomi was sad when she left. But if you continue into the scripture and into the different chapters, you're going to see that she decided, well, this woman that is here, she don't know much about this custom, so I will help her. And she helped her. She told her what to do. And then it came to a part when she told her, you know what? Boaz going to be drunk, he going to drink, he going to be merry, he going to feel real good. I want you to wash up, clean up, put on some clean clothes. Right now I'm saying to somebody, you got to get up, you got to wash up, you got to put on some clean clothes because you are about to get into your inheritance. And she told her, she said, just clean yourself up and put on your nice clothes. And you know, when he drink and he is drunk and he's lying down, you go where he is and you just lie at his feet. And in the scripture there is something about someone did, because I now see why God has allowed her to come with me to Bethlehem. But as the scripture goes on, it tells you that Boaz did what he had to do, and he eventually married to Ruth. And as we continue to read the scripture, Ruth became a mother. This barren woman who was in Moab came to Bethlehem, came into her promise and into her inheritance, and she became a mother.